So welcome back to another episode of Midnight Decoy Noise, where we're covering more Am I the Antagonist videos in Am I the Antagonist for changing the package pickup each time someone uses my email for their orders. So as always with Midnight Decoy Noise, we can't do furlough decoy noise anymore, so I gotta record super late at night, but be very kind of quiet and cautious for my neighbors and everything. So if you enjoy that, make sure you subscribe, but let's go ahead and get to the story right now. So OP wrote, so pretty much there's this guy who keeps ordering things with my email. He isn't using any of my other personal information of mine, so I don't think it's a privacy concern. So back to the point. I will occasionally get emails from random websites about an order confirmation. I've never heard of most of these websites, and I know for a fact none of my family members use my email to buy anything. With most emails, there's a number, name, and an address. I'm assuming it's the person's address attached. I tried texting the number and even calling, but never gotten an answer. I always get these emails from UPS to confirm the pickup or drop-off area. Ever since I've gotten the emails, I always change the location for delivery. So instead of it being delivered to his doorstep, it gets shipped to a post office 20 miles away. He can't change that since, like I said, it's all attached to my email. I recently got an email from the guy, and turns out the reason he keeps writing my email is because his and mine are both almost identical. Imagine mine is ABC and his is ACB. So he always switches one letter therefore I get the emails. In his email, he calls me the antagonist for making the pickup so far. When I asked him why he can't just use his own email, he says, it's always a typo I do, and I don't feel like fixing it because it takes too much time. I'm not even joking, that's what exactly he said. So, am I the antagonist for sabotaging this guy's packages? So as always, you gotta take the case and just rush it over to Decoy Court where I give you my knee-jerk reaction as to what I'm thinking about the situation. And actually, with this particular story is, I've had this same exact issue where I have a fairly common name, and if you can imagine it, it's like, my name's Edgar A. Poe at DecoyNoise.com, and this other guy must be just like Edgar Poe at DecoyNoise.com. So when I started getting a lot of online confirmations, I would just email the first couple I was just like, okay, whatever, it's a typo. But once I started getting like all the guys' confirmations, I just started emailing the company back like, hey, I didn't make this order, please cancel it. And it was easy because I didn't make the order. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to inconvenience anybody. I would just make sure that, the guy would realize he never got his order. So then he would just realize his mistake. Like, oh crap, I need to fix this. And, that being said, I originally thought this story right here was him going too far, like him sending it 20 miles away. It's pretty messed up. And like, he's got to be going out of his way to get back at this dude. But, the idea is, the guy didn't say, oh yeah, I made the mistake. He was like, oh no, I made the mistake. I don't mind you dealing with the repercussions of my mistake. Just make sure it doesn't inconvenience me. So it's like, if the other guy doubles down on his mistake, I'm probably going to double down on my antagonism and sending his package to like the next state over or something. And of course, I would be the antagonist here, but that's just the kind of guy I am sometimes. So I guess we only got to judge OP right now. And I'll say, yeah, you're the antagonist, but I need to make a graphic for like the screen right now that's just like, you're the justified antagonist, like, or you're the antagonist the city deserves, the antagonist the country needs right now. Because sad to say, some people only change their bad behavior if it directly affects them. Like, they don't care if it affects you. This is just, this is sometimes the only way you're going to be able to get, what you deserved. I'm not trying to say, oh, give me the respect I deserve, but it almost seems like that right now. But as always, make sure you kind of pause the video right now. We're going to take a short break, earn yourself a Decoy coin by giving me some feedback before we read the top comments and the controversial comments, because oftentimes those change our mind with how we see the situation. So let's go ahead and read that top comment right now, which is on fire. And they said, tell them it takes less time to change a typo than it does to go to a post office 20 miles away, not the antagonist. So I do appreciate that. And the thing is, like, this is not am I justified, this is not am I right, this is am I the antagonist. And it's like, are you a bad guy when you could be the good guy? Are you being like, unjustly harsh to people? And yeah, they are. I understand why they're saying not the antagonist, but I honestly kind of feel like it is. But the reply is, yeah, like, how difficult or time consuming could that be? And that's just like, that arrogance of someone that just says, I don't care how this affects you. Like, F you deal with emails, it's not a big deal, get out of my face. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? If you won't change your behavior because it bothers me, I'll make you to change the behavior because it bothers you. And that's a sad world we live in right now. But the next reply said, not the antagonist. Just start canceling the orders instead. While you technically aren't breaking the law, you are skirting the right up to the edge. Just start canceling the orders. He'll get the point. And that's the thing, is that's much more, I guess, like, frustrating for him. Like, if he sees it and it's like, what the heck, it's in the post office like 25 miles away, now you gotta go make arrangements to get the thing or whatever. But if it's like, if he's, if I'm expecting a Funko Pop in the mail and it's just never going there, and by the time I'm like, man, it was supposed to get here like, July 4th, By the time on July 4th I check and it's like, oh my god, the order has been canceled. It's like it's setting you back another 2 weeks. Like, yeah, that's gonna probably bother him even more. And then he doesn't even have a guy to kind of reach out to him, like, what's happening? He's just wondering why these online companies suck so bad. But let's go ahead and read the next reply to that. I wouldn't say you've been close to breaking the law by canceling. If I got a suspicious order by someone using my email, there's no way I'd do anything but cancel it. And that's true. That's the same thing I did with it. I'm like, well, I'm seeing the last 4 of the credit card on the email, and I'm like, that's not my card. This isn't stuff that I'm ordering, so obviously this isn't for me. Go ahead and just cancel it in case it's my card, in case someone's opening up a credit card under my name, that sort of situation. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with then you canceling an order that you didn't make that got sent to you. But the next reply is, not the antagonist. He's obviously made this typo enough to memorize your email. This is just laziness on his part. That's probably true. Or the other thing where he, calls the company and says, hey, look, I was supposed to get this package. What happened? They're like, oh, this is the email you gave. Because I've done that before where I've said, okay, I'm contact@DecoyNoise.com, but I've accidentally said DecoyNoise.com, like the N instead of the M. And it's like, I've done it so much because when I'm typing with my freaking chicken fingers on the cell phone, I sometimes do that. So I understand that. And the next reply is like, he could be using autofill in too. And here's the thing is, oftentimes when we're like arguing with somebody online, we're kind of thinking that they're also tech savvy, or they're also, someone that's on an iPhone, on a computer or whatever. But this could just could be someone that's like using a old I don't have it on me right now, but this could be someone that's using an old like a Verizon chocolate phone that has like by far the hardest to use keyboard ever, and it has like the predictive typing or whatever. So it's like, if you're trying to do edgarapo@gmail.com or something, it's always going to autofill the wrong thing. He's like, us saying, hey, let's just change the thing. It's a typo. Just fix it. But it could be like, oh no, he doesn't know how to change the predictive typing because he's typed in edgarapo@gmail.com so much. So then now he has to actually go back to the Verizon store and say, hey, I need you to plug up my AOL email to do the thing. It could be a much more time consuming thing for him. So it's like, maybe we're a little bit too harsh on this. We don't know if this guy's like 95 years old and just doesn't understand the interwebs too well. I mean, Decoy Defense is always trying to like make a reason why this is justifiable, and I feel like that's as far as I'll get. But the next reply says, not the antagonist. If he cared so much about his purchases, he would take the time to spell his email correctly. Which is, this is all valid, good information. But I guess once we get into something that is as clear cut as this one, which actually it isn't so much, because some people are saying that he is an antagonist and some people are saying that I'm saying that they are. Most people are saying they aren't. So I mean, once we've gone this far down this path, you already know that the Reddit hive mind is already in one way. And I've actually done more videos where I post my fake stories on Am I the Antagonist. You can go ahead and check them out in the comments or wherever. I'm going to place it right now, but check out the other videos where I post fake stories, because once Reddit has already decided your fate, the hive mind just kind of rides away. But let's go ahead and read some controversial comments to see what everybody else is starting to think about it, which is another person saying, the first person saying, everyone sucks here. He is for the obvious reason. And you, well, the non-antagonist thing to do would tell the sellers that you didn't order the product and please cancel the order. He will get the picture soon enough. And here's the thing is, they got massive downvotes, and here I am saying that's exactly what I would do in my life, and that's exactly what I've done. So does that mean that I'm just not on like a up to Reddit standard as far as like how they would handle the situation? And it kind of looks like it. But the next reply is also, everyone sucks here, but got lots of upvotes saying, everyone sucks here. Yes, this person could easily fix the email they enter. It's a trivial thing to do and takes very little time. Do you know what takes less time? Deleting the email notification. And here's the thing is, yes, you can train your spam filters to get rid of some emails, and yes, you can do just delete the email notifications, but sometimes you're like in a situation where it's like, maybe this person's job hunting right now and they really want to keep the notifications on as quick as possible, and they're really like glued to it, and like every single buzz of their phone, I'm making up a story now, but every buzz of their phone is this really exciting time, and they're getting these weird web orders from this other person. Like, is this me? Are they stealing my identity? What is this? So it's like, I could see why they're seeking to get back at this person. So I mean, no, I don't think that the whole idea like, oh, let them inconvenience you because they're lazy. I'm not a fan of that. But the next top controversial reply is, everyone sucks here. I can't imagine how annoying and petty someone has to be to go out of their way to do something like this. I mean, I have better things to do than go out of my way to change the delivery location just for fun. What he did was harmless, and what you did was kind of psycho. However, his reaction is jerkish, though understandable based on your jerk move. So I get where this person's coming from, saying, hey, you guys are both being jerks to each other, so everyone sucks here. But the idea that it's like, what he did was harmless. It's a harmless a mistake, but you're a psycho by changing the email or whatever. We don't know if OP right here is just a kid that's still doing like prank calls on the telephone. He's got like a lot of free time to be doing all this stuff, so I get why they would do this thing. But let's go ahead and read another controversial reply saying, everyone sucks here. This was so petty, laughing my butt off. You know you're wrong for that. Honestly, I don't see how this is that big of an inconvenience to you. Just delete the confirmation emails. In either case, it really only hurts the person anyway. If he doesn't receive his item, it'll be more annoying for him to resolve the situation if he doesn't have the confirmation email. His mix-up doesn't have any real impact on you as far as I can tell, so you can't really justify going out of your way to redirect the packages. His response/excuse to you makes him the jerk though. Which is why I kind of thought, like, originally this was too much. Sending the packages 25 miles away, that's a jerk thing to do. But like I said, me being the antagonist myself, if someone who was like doubling down on there, just like, hey, you deal with it, I'm making a mistake, you clean up after me, just delete your emails or whatever, like that would make me double down. Like, okay, now your stuff is going to Alaska, or I'm canceling your order and I'm emailing them, you know what, I don't want that order anymore, but can you just send me the gift card with the same value to the address, because that's all I want. I'd rather have instead. Just doing stuff to mess with them, just so it's like, okay, look, me having a hard time with this isn't making you stop. Wait until you have a hard time with this, and then you'll probably stop then. But I mean, that's just me being abnormally petty. That's just who I am, because I'm very petty when people aren't subscribed to me. Like I said, was saying in my other videos before, that for whatever reason, when I was doing Furlough DecoyNoise, doing all my videos, I was getting lots of views. Everybody was in here having a good time. But once I did Furlough DecoyNoise, I just can't record as often and, like, you know, as loudly as I would like to, the idea that YouTube has really punished me. They've just like blasted my channel from orbit, so I'm just not getting as many views. So if you could please subscribe, notifications on, watch all the videos as they come out, but also sharing with somebody. If you know someone that would like my channel style, the Furlough style, the midnight style, just anything like that, all just send them a video, let them know if they ask them if they'd like to listen to me ramble online. But as always, if you watch the video as much as you have, I really appreciate you hanging out with me, sticking around when I can't make as many videos as all. I know there's people out there like what is it, Yenny, I'm trying to get the other names off my head, Yenny, Annie, I feel bad that I'm not calling out other people, but those are just names that I can tell here off the top of my name, but off the top of my head. But yeah, I know a lot of people are watching all my videos all the way, so I do appreciate you guys. If you have any good feedback for me, let me know in the comment section, or go to DecoyNoise.com and give me your feedback there. But as always, if nothing else, put this on autoplay and watch the next DecoyNoise episode coming up next.